Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how you can multiply more than just two binomials together, and then we're going to kind of check it and kind of summarize what we did. So let's do an example. So say we want to multiply x minus 3, x plus 2, and x minus 1. So all we really do here is break it up into multiple problems. So we're going to multiply first x minus 3 and x plus 2, get an answer, and then multiply that answer by x minus 1. And that's what you're going to do every time. In this kind of You could multiply 10 things together using this method if you really felt like it, which you almost definitely don't. So I'm going to use the stack method to multiply these. What I like about the stack method is that it's really easy to find a mistake if you made it, and it's really easy to generalize to larger things. So first thing is I'm going to multiply x minus 3 by 2. Put that in the top row here, so I get 2x minus 6. I put the plus in front of the 2 for 2x to make it a little clearer when I kind of simplify later on. Now I'm going to put a 0 placeholder and multiply x minus 3 by x. So I get this, and then we add down, so x squared minus x minus 6. So now I'll rewrite the original problem as x squared minus x minus 6 times x minus 1. And now I'll just use the stack method to multiply these. So set it up. First step is to multiply x squared minus x minus 6 all by -1. So here we go, putting signs in front of everything, and put in a placeholder and multiply x squared minus x minus 6 by x. Make sure everything lines up. So placeholders are really important when you're doing multiplication and division, actually. And now I just add down. So I get x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x and plus 6. So that's actually my final answer. So I'm going to put a box around that. And what I want to do is I want to check it. So you can check this by picking any value of x, subbing it into the original form and your final form, and making sure you get the same value out. I like to pick a value that's not one of the zeros, so in this case I would not pick 3, -2, or +1. So instead what I'm going to pick is +2. You try to pick an easy value. So if I substitute in to the factored form, I would have 2 minus 3, 2 plus 2, and 2 minus 1, which is -1 times 4 times 1, which is just -4. Now what I do is I take the same value of x, so I take x equals 2, and I sub it into what I believe to be the expanded form. So 2 cubed is 8 minus, a lot of people screw up the order of operations here. First you do the exponent, so it's 2 squared is 4, and then multiply by 2, so that's going to be minus 8. And then minus 10 and plus 6. And so this simplifies down to -4, so it checks. Let's do another one. So now I have 2x plus 1 times x minus 3 times 3x plus 1. You can choose any two of these and multiply them to begin with, so for no apparent reason, I'm going to choose these two. So I'm going to stack them, and then multiply through. So I get that placeholder, and then multiply through. Get that and add down. Okay, so the original problem now can be rewritten as 6x squared plus 5x plus 1 times the quantity x minus 3, and I will stack those and multiply. So a lot of people are kind of resistant to the idea of using the stack multiplication, I think because they kind of learned to multiply a different way when they took Algebra 1 maybe. And I see a lot of mistakes that way, so I really think you should switch over, but it's up to you as long as you're getting them right all the time. So we multiply everything by -3, so let's do that. And then we put a placeholder and multiply everything by x. And now we add down, so 6x cubed minus 13x squared minus 14x minus 3. That's our answer, put a box. And then we want to check it by picking a convenient value of x. In this case, x equals 1 works. If x equals 1 works, you should always use that. Actually, 0 is kind of the optimal value to use, but for whatever reason, I chose not to do that here. So if I substitute in 1, I get 2 plus 1 times 1 minus 3 times 3 plus 1, which is 3 times -2 times 4, which is -24. And now I just hope that I get that when I substitute 1 into my expanded form. So 6 times 1 cubed minus 13 times 1 squared minus 14 times 1 minus 3, which is 6 minus 13 minus 14 minus 3, which is, what is that? Yeah, that is -24. Okay, so that checks. So to kind of summarize what we did, pick any two of them and multiply. And I really think you should use the stack method when you do that, but you might choose not to. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the result that you got in step 1, you're going to multiply that by the remaining factor. If there's more, you're just going to take the result of that and multiply, and then the result of that and multiply, and you just keep going forever. And then finally what you want to do is you definitely want to check. So pick a nice value of x and not one of the zeros, because if you pick one of the zeros, you could easily have screwed up and it'll still work out for weird reasons, but it would still work. So and sub into both forms, check. You should get the same value back out. If you do, you got it right. If you don't, you know that you got it wrong, and you can go back and check. Hope you found this helpful, and good luck.